Hey guys, this is Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Classroom of the Elite episode review for you guys. Sorry for getting this video up a day later, but I was fairly busy on Monday. And then, since I live out in California, if you don't know what's going on in California, man, you live in another state. We've been having like record heat waves going on, so I'm not only busy with what I have to do, I also got a gym workout in because I'm recently starting like a gym thing with me, as well as I coach football, so my practice was actually moved back instead of in the afternoon, typically. So yeah, a bunch of stuff is happening and it's not fun. I cannot wait for next week to come fast enough because this heat wave here in California absolutely sucks. You can't even step 1 foot outside without feeling the heat, and it's absolutely terrible. So yes, I hope like I said, when it gets cooler, it gets cooler. That's one of the reasons why in some cases I can love California, but I hate California at the same time. It's so damn hot, but there's negatives to living out here in California, but my God, it's still probably one of the most beautiful places to live. Still regardless. But this heat, man, I can't take this heat. So yeah, and you're talking to somebody who used to live on the East Coast for 3 years just for college, and then moved back because of the whole COVID pandemic and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a Philly thing. I wish there were states you could live in where it's like you get the best of both worlds. You get hot days, but then you get mildly cool days. But whatever, winter can't come fast enough, right? Anyways, Classroom of the Elite, Classroom of the Elite. A lot of shit happened here. This week we are met with Ayanokoji's father, and isn't he a threatening fellow here? We found out the teacher's pretty much been trying to use Ayanokoji through her best interests to try to get her to say that Ayanokoji pretty much is like, well, if you feel like that, well then I'm not gonna help out anyway to get you to that goal. So he's pretty much cutting himself off from everybody, because we see it start with Kay, and it's like, no, Kay's best girl. So yeah, but the whole thing is, so one of the big parts of this episode is we meet this new girl from Class C. Now, I don't know anything about this chick. She was in the library Horikita told Ayanokoji, hey, here's the book you wanted, but I checked out first. So if can you please do me a favor and just check it out? So then guess what? You can just grab it after you check it in for me, and then you can check it out and you can be the one to read it. And Ayanokoji's like, do I have to? And pretty much the funny thing is Horikita is like, well, if you want that book to be gone after a day, go right ahead. So he ends up doing it. He ends up running into a girl from Class C. I forgot her name. So that's kind of the weird thing, the fact that he meets up with this Class C girl. Now, she's very open and very nice and caring, but it wouldn't behoove me to be shocked if she's some sort of like spy for she's some sort of spy for Class C with Ryu and trying to figure out who's the mastermind. But I already think he knows the mastermind is Ayanokoji, especially the fact that he sent him the whole image of Kay. So at this point he has to know that's him. But like I was saying, this girl's being very open, being very kind and everything. Maybe she is a kind person. I don't know. But with Classroom of the Elite, I always expect the unexpected. So it wouldn't shock me that this is just a fake facade of her. But if she's legitimately a good girl and she doesn't like what Class C is doing, what she says in this episode, then okay, she doesn't like what Class C is doing. I can't really hate her for that. So yeah. We also do find out that somebody from Class A is also spying on Ayanokoji. Don't know why that's happening, but I'm guessing Class A is very interesting. And the thing is, I think they make an interesting point, because I think we see Ichinose just talking with somebody, and the little friend group Ayanokoji made with the study group is like, oh, there's Ichinose. She's a very perfect individual. It wouldn't shock me if Ichinose has some, she a bad type of bad girl too. So we'll see. But for some odd reason, somebody on Class A is spying on him. Now we eventually get a conversation with Kay. Is the fact that, Kay's like, yeah, the person I was tailing, that was somebody from Class A. I don't know what's the whole case. And again, so yeah, that's the whole thing. Now you get a part where Ayanokoji's called in by the teacher. And the thing is, that's when we end up seeing, that's when we pretty much end up seeing, Ayanokoji's dad, and he's making the demands that pretty much Ayanokoji just, he pretty much goes away or just leaves the school by signing these papers. Now, Ayanokoji's like, why would I do that? I'm not going to take orders from you. And pretty much his dad's like, well, you're gonna do it. And again, it has some things to the white room, it leads to some things with the white rooms, but it's kind of a very like tense like situation there. I was like, oh shit, this guy means business. And this dude looks like a guy that he won't stop till he gets what he wants. But all of a sudden we see the chairman of the school show up, and he's like, how you doing? Listen, he's one of our great students, so I will not allow you to have him freaking leave the school. And that whole conversation is something to where he kind of is like, in a way, Ayanokoji's pretty much protected by this guy. He's protected, so Ayanokoji's dad can't do something. But it wouldn't shock me if Ayanokoji's father tries to do something to get the upper hand and try to get his demands. But that's kind of what how the discussion ends, and pretty much he kind of says like, I won't give up on this effort, I will get my way. So yeah, and then Ayanokoji walks out. The teacher's like, so what was it like meeting your father? And we kind of find out that the teacher has some sort of connection to the father in some sort of way. And pretty much we find out that Ayanokoji pretty much deducts like, you've been trying to use what I got to just further you to Class A. And pretty much Ayanokoji's like, well, that's not gonna happen no more, so I really don't care if we get to Class A. I'm just gonna go by the book. I'm gonna stay in the shadows, and I'm not doing what I need to do to help the class, because you can't expel me anymore. You can't levy that threat. So pretty much the teacher's in a check marked phase, and this is the part where the entire class is pretty much clicking on all cylinders. They're starting to come together and be more of a class with each other. And well, now Ayanokoji is going to the shadows, and the teacher definitely does not like that, because he realized the teacher's just using him to get her to Class A, because all the other classes she's expelled them all, because her only goal is to get to Class A. It's nothing else other than that. And Ayanokoji's like, well, if you're not doing anything else, then what's the point in helping this? And plus, you can't expel me because I got a protection barrier against me. So why should I care about your goals when, hey, I can just do what I need to do on my own terms? So he's going to be in the shadows again. We have the episode end off where he calls Kay asking, hey, this is going to be the last time we talk. So delete everything, every contact information that I have. But listen, keep the other number just in case those girls bully you, or if you get bullied, because if somebody bullies you, I'll be there to step in and I will do something about it. Other than that, I want you to cut off all communications. And pretty much Kay's kind of against this, and Ayanokoji's like, I force you to do all these things, I'm pretty much controlling you. I'm pretty much telling you, do this for me, do that for me. And, you're not bothered by that. You don't like that. And pretty much Kate kind of implies like, well, yeah, maybe at first it was kind of an issue, but to be honest, like, I'm not bothered by it. Mostly because she's fallen high over heels for him. And if you love somebody, or if you fall in love with somebody, you pretty much would do whatever they tell you to do, pretty much. And she's like, well, wait, it doesn't have to come to this, what's going on? Please tell me what's going on. And Ayanokoji pretty much hangs up on her, saying like, listen, this is the last time we talk. Just if anything happens to where you're bullied, let me know so I can take care of it. And that's it. And that's where the episode ends off. No post-credit scene, no nothing. So Ayanokoji is pretty much going red on everybody. It's gonna be interesting to see how Horikita feels about this. we already get the whole thing. I didn't like this part. I didn't like the last part of the episode because I've grown to like Kay's character, and I'm like, no, dude, you need to be there for your girl, even though she's technically not your girl, but in a way he is, because he said he would still protect her and hold his promise. So you have to wonder, when is he gonna go back, because he can't be on this whole I'm just not gonna help out, I'm just gonna stay in the shadows thing forever. So eventually there can be something to where that threat of him probably being expelled, or him where he has to come out and be pretty much a team player again, will have to, come out. But we'll see. But another solid episode of Class from the Elite. But if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Class from the Elite, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Class from the Elite content, or any other anime content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.